I'm looking a little rough. It's a little bit hot here. I want to talk today about one of the rules of photography. And this is a rule that you have never heard of. I call it Stuart's rule. Now, when I was getting my master's degree, another student named Stuart, he had a rule that if you wait 5 minutes, you'll get a gift. And that's a rule that he followed, and I've also followed for quite a while. It's Stuart's rule: if you wait 5 minutes, you'll get a gift. So here I am in Cuba. We're diving every day. It's it's taking up our whole day, and then when we're not diving, it's like 33 degrees, and it's stifling humidity. So I'm not really shooting as much as I would have thought. Because it's just so hot. Like, it's just so hot when you're done diving. So, Stuart's rule kind of kicked in and saved me a bit, I think. So, wait 5 minutes, you'll get a gift. Maybe that means that the sun will come out, or maybe the sun will go in, or the storm will clear, or the storm will, come, or, whatever. If you're doing landscape photography, different things can change. In Cuba, I lucked out. I'm at the hotel, and you could hear them coming in the distance. The largest motorcycle club in Cuba shows up at my hotel. What a blessing, what a gift. And a gift for two reasons. The one reason is because there was so many of them, they had to go from a la carte cooking to a buffet, and we had way more selection of food because now it was a buffet. That was great. And the second thing is, wow, I have a great subject to photograph as they're hanging around their bikes. So, I waited 5 minutes, you get a gift. Now, they're bikers. There's two kinds of bikers. There's bikers and then there's bikers. You probably know what I mean. This is a combination of those two types of bikers. If you've seen motorcycle bikers, you know what I mean. Anyways, it gives me someone to photograph, and I'm having a blast. You wait 5 minutes and you get a gift.
Now, as you'll notice, some of these guys are a little bit older. There have been guys going on this tour. It's like an annual tour of Cuba, and people joined from other countries. And some of these guys have done it 20 plus times, so they're a little bit older. So I photographed who I could. Not everyone wanted to be photographed, and probably some of the rougher bikers didn't get photographed. But I did what I could do. I hung out with them. I photographed when I could, generally working in the shade, and then unfortunately full sun in the background. So the stuff was hard to print. I printed it in the dark room, multiple prints for every shot. Kind of had to work it. Are they super prints? No, but I wanted to show you what I've got anyways. Everything was shot with Leica, the M7 with a Zeiss 35 f2. And I used mostly Kentmere 200, the new film, and I used some of the HP5. I brought 6 rolls of film to Cuba, so I didn't really have a ton of film with me. And I got in a shot. Now, half the bikers were staying at my hotel, and the other half were staying at a hotel a couple of kilometers away. So then in the morning, they all showed up at our place. It was very interesting. It was very fun. Some of these bikes were old, like push start, and some were new. There was pretty new Harleys there too, which surprised me.